Sounds good.
We are good to go. All right, we're good.
Sweet. Welcome to Talk Murder to Me.
Happy Sunday Fun Day.
Yes. We have a new feature, a camera.
I'm probably just not even going to look at it.
Yeah.
Is that fine?
No, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Well, it's kind of like looking right at me, so.
I'm mainly doing this for myself because
Okay.
if I see myself on camera, like I'll know, okay, I probably should lose some weight. You know, I probably shouldn't say such mean things to you guys. You know, just trying to improve my daily life.
That's good.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, yeah. All positive things. I started working out again.
Oh, good. How's that going?
It's going. It's day 2 of back on the bike.
Good. I'm going to start working out as well. Somehow, some way. Also, I'm going on to week 3 of healthy eating after a 2-day hiatus.
Nice.
Yeah, the past 2 days are not good eating wise, but
It's you get back on.
yeah,
That's all that
exactly.
matters.
Exactly. So going back for a 3rd week, just trying to be more vigilant, I think.
I'm trying to be as close to damn near perfect as I can be until Thanksgiving. That's my goal.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, like the first week I was doing really well, and like I felt like my body like actually like felt it. Last week, I mean, it wasn't, I don't know if I don't want to say I did worse than the first week. It was just I ate different things, and I mean I feel good, but I don't think I don't know if I've made any progress. But whatever, it is what it is.
Yeah.
As long as I'm trying, that's all that matters.
That's right. That's right.
Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. All right. Cool.
So today our hint was ping pong, and I found a cocktail of the same name.
I've been holding off on taking a sip this entire time, so.
It's not that great.
No, I mean it's okay. It's pretty much straight gin with lemon juice and grenadine.
I like it.
It's
very refreshing.
yeah, it's Nipatati gin with lemon juice and grenadine, and it's not the worst thing I've ever had. It's not bad. It's just not exciting.
I really like it. I mean, maybe it's just Nipatati goes great with anything. I don't know. It's good.
All right. So
I like it a lot.
Yeah, and we all know how dangerous Nipatati can be because there's literally no bite to this.
Yeah,
And
to me it tastes more like juice, even though you said you put a lot of gin in it. I don't taste a lot.
I did. I put a lot of gin, so
It's delightful. Nice Sunday morning cocktail.
Yep.
Happy daylight savings, everyone.
oh yeah.
It's the worst.
I always get confused. Is this gonna help make the days longer?
No, it makes the day shorter.
So it's still gonna be dark when I wake up, because it's been dark when I wake up, and I don't like that.
It'll be lighter in the morning. That's the whole reason why they do it. It'll be lighter in the morning, but it'll be dark at like 6 o'clock at night.
Oh yeah, I'm okay with that actually.
Really? I'm
Well,
not okay
I don't
with
like it at 6 o'clock, but I mean, I'm okay. I'd rather have it be light in the morning. I don't like to wake up in the dark because then I'm confused about what time it is.
That's the only reason why they keep doing it. Is for like kids going to school, really, at this point, because it's a little farmers,
Yeah.
thing. Arizona doesn't do it anymore. I don't think they've ever done it, actually.
Well, I know that South Carolina was talking about getting rid of it a couple of years ago, but nothing came of that.
I think
so.
it is the one thing that a politician can run behind, and almost everyone would be supportive of it.
Yeah.
But I would prefer to.
Yeah, but that's not like
Keep.
world changing though.
No, but it's just like something where everyone seems to be frustrated by the time change, and so it would make so many people happy. And I would prefer if we keep daylight savings, which would mean it's not what we just changed it to, but what it is.
So we're not on daylight savings now. We're not saving daylight.
Yeah.
We're on standard time?
No,
right.
Yeah.
I think it's standard time is what it is now.
Well,
I get very confused
All
about this.
I know is that I do look forward to, this one night a year where I get an extra hour of sleep.
It is quite nice waking up, and it was 8:15, but it was really 7:15.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, yeah, my
It's
body, I would look forward to it, but that doesn't necessarily mean my body is going to agree to sleep an extra hour.
Right.
So
just today, get a lot more done. Woo!
No, I didn't. I just sat on the couch and watched TV.
There was something else I was going to say about that, but I can't remember.
Sitting on the couch watching TV?
No, about daylight savings. That's right. It's like between now and my birthday is the time to dread because the days do get shorter. But my birthday is the shortest day of the year.
That's right.
Which really upset me when I was a kid because I did not understand what that meant. I thought I was getting totally gypped, but
of course my birthday falls on the shortest day of the year.
You are getting gypped. Your birthday is in December.
Well, that's also true. Hanukkah, Christmas, and my birthday. Just total washout.
Yeah, that kind of stinks.
But I like it.
See, like when I was a kid, my birthday is in the summer. So, I was always left out of like those in-school birthday parties that everyone would have. Everyone got to bring cupcakes and like sing happy birthday. No.
You got none of that.
I got none of that.
I will say I did enjoy that part for my birthday because my birthday was usually like the last day of school before Christmas break. So we would always make the reindeer cupcakes that I made that one year. I would always make them for my birthday to bring in for everybody. And it was great. It was always like pajama day or something really fun, like Christmas movie day. So that was a good thing.
And now it's, November 1st. So we're gearing up for Thanksgiving season and
Christmas is already vomited over all the stores.
Yes. It already started doing that in September when I walked into work and I started seeing Christmas trees in September. It's disgusting. I love Christmas. I do. But I just think that each holiday needs its own time. And however, I will say that this year I am slightly more excited about Christmas. And I think it's because I have my own house to like decorate.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like I want to do this and I want to do this. But then it's like, no, Jen, you need to paint the inside of your house before you decorate the outside of your house.
But we will paint and it'll be great.
It's gonna be fun. I'm very excited about that. And I'm not gonna have a Christmas party this year. I think next year I'll have my inaugural cocktail Christmas party.
There you go. Give yourself some time.
Yeah, I'm not going to rush anything. I still haven't had a housewarming because, my house is not ready to be warmed.
It'll get there.
Soon. Maybe I know what I'll do. I'll have a St. Patrick's Day housewarming party.
There you go.
You know why?
Why?
Because St. Patrick's Day was the worst day of the year last year for me, and it's my favorite day of the year.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
It was the worst day of my life to this point so far. And yeah, that's what I do. I'll have my housewarming on St. Patrick's Day.
It took me also almost a year to have people over. I waited until Heather's baby shower was really when I first had like people over. So that was also over about a year.
Say bye.
Bye.
At different times.
Bye.
People are gonna be like, "What the hell?" All right.
We're testing the mics for
testing
those of you.
Mics.
Should we surprise shot first and then hint?
Yes, surprise shot first, but I want to really quick.
We didn't guess.
Oh.
I want to really quick give a shout out to Janie.
Yo,
she
Janie.
left us a good comment. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we're not on social media anymore. We watched that Netflix documentary about how it's eating your kids' brains. And
mine.
Like an amoeba.
So we got off social media altogether. So a lot of people are kind of worried, or not worried. A lot of people are wondering how to contact us. And the best way to do that is through the blog. So just go to the blog and on any comment on any post, just leave me a comment and I'll shout you out if it's good. And you can request stories. The story we're doing tonight is actually requested from someone that just left a comment on one of the posts the other day. So, and I thought it was a great story, so I really wanted to do it. Anyway, I want to give a shout out to Janie, Jayne. She says, "I'm so glad you're doing Ghoul, the Ghoul podcast."
Nice.
Yes, so I still am working on episodes 3 and 4. And not only that, be sure to subscribe to that because I decided I'm going to do seasons. So next season, around October, Halloween, there's going to be a new killer that I do, and go through kind of like, he's got to be as ghoulish. Anyway, she says, "I'm so glad you are doing Ghoul. I am from and still living in Wisconsin, Milwaukee area. When growing up, we went to summer camp at Spencer Lake in Waupaca, Wisconsin. This is about 30 miles from Plainfield. The, quote, ghost stories turned into Ed Gein stories and we were scared to death. My friends and I wouldn't ride the horses anymore because we were afraid the horses would get off their course and take us right to Ed's house.
Oh, wow.
Awesome podcasting. Love, Janie.
That's
P.S.
awesome.
P.S. John is my favorite. That's what she said.
I believe it. Everyone says that. Oh. It does actually say that this time.
It does say that.
With an LOL.
Yeah.
She knows. She gets the joke. She gets the joke.
No,
It's
she
cool.
doesn't. She's whatever.
I kind of would like someone to leave a comment where they say, like, either Nicole or I am one of the favorites.
No, I'm gonna cut that. No, I don't want that.
It's on video. It's on record.
So,
No, I can still edit the video.
No, you won't, though. It's
where are
fine.
these videos going?
X Hamster, RedTube, XXX videos.
Got it.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to want to see this on those sites.
I don't think those are going to be very popular, but, I think that's
It'll just be us watching them.
No. Just because, I am in it.
So YouTube guys, so we are recording this episode on video. I'm going to start doing this so I can get more comfortable with the camera. So go to youtube.com. That's youtube.com, be.com, and type in Talk
Close.
Murder to Me, and you'll see the video for tonight's episode.
Sweet. So, here we go, guys. Surprise shots. Surprise shots. We don't know what they are because they're a surprise. Why? That was slower today. Did you feel that?
I felt it. John's was also much slower.
I don't know what that was. Maybe because my arms were farther away. But cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Thank you. Bailey's.
Ooh, is this rum chata?
You better bring that bottle out.
Yeah, this is delicious.
It's got caffeine in it?
That was all it was. I just bought the little
really?
things.
Ah, damn it.
What is it?
It was pumpkin spice liqueur.
That was amazing.
I very much would like that.
Next time I get a coupon, I'll buy a bottle.
Oh my God.
Coupon.
You
Yeah.
better hurry up and get a coupon because, pumpkin spice season's almost over and you need to buy enough to last us the whole year of that.
Well, I have another surprise shot for next week.
Look at all the stuff I'm drinking. Pepsi, the drink, and coffee.
I have coffee as well and the drink.
I finished my coffee, so we're on to the next.
I wish I had more of that so I could put that in here.
Yeah, that would have been real good.
And I could put it, in my coffee when I go to work. And they would never know. Except I just said this and it's going online. So please don't fire me.
She said it was an idea, not that she acted upon it.
Oh, yeah, we're not editing the video, by the way. So
Got
That's
it.
fine.
And that's mainly for me,
It's probably good practice.
All right, so the hint that I gave y'all was ping pong, ding dong. So where are we going and who are we ping ponging tonight?
China. We're going to China. And I think this story is, and I have to. Every time I hear the word China, I think of what's his name?
President Trump?
No, Ryan Gosling from The Big Short. He's from China. Love it. You haven't seen that movie, have you?
I have not. I've seen parts of it.
Big Trouble in Little China?
No. The Big Short.
I told you guys know I am
It's
cinematically deprived.
such a good movie.
Maybe I'll watch movies while my soup is cooking tonight.
Yeah, you should watch The Big Short for sure. Okay, so I think we're going to China in 1987, and there is a ping pong champion who goes crazy and starts murdering people.
I was also thinking China, but I think only because of its reference in Forrest Gump to the ping pong. When Forrest Gump plays ping pong. But Forrest Gump sadly is, a fictional story. Even though it's a great redemption story about how someone can get knocked around and down when they're young and then they just become this awesome person, And
also, everything is about perception. He has such an interesting perception of the world,
I
and
know.
how he sees things that
He
happened.
is amazing. He's my hero. So,
So the story is about Forrest Gump?
yeah, that's it's just about Forrest Gump. That's all. I can't think of anything else, and that's all I have to say about that.
All right, tonight's story is for you, Aaron. Can y'all hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, so tonight's story is for you, Aaron. You just left me a comment and you requested this. John, I can't become a taco because it says it's not available, and we're sorry about that. We are eventually in 2021 maybe launching it back. I'm not sure.
We'll see.
But I don't know. But I have a crazy story for you that nobody else has done before ever. And I'm not going to read what she said because it's going to give away the story. But Aaron, this is for you. And thank you for your comment.
Well, is the place where Erin is from going to give it away?
No.
Did she say where she's from?
You will 100% not know this story. This is not, it's not really a true crime story, but, and I don't know if you knew this, Aaron. I don't know if you are such an avid listener that I've mentioned this before, but this really doesn't have anything to do with true crime.
Oh.
I can't really tell you anymore. Let's just get started. So we're going to Pennsylvania in 1978. This is where we're going right here. If you want to describe this for our audience.
Oh, it looks like it's a school that had a fair.
Mm-hmm.
It almost reminds me of the set of Grease at the end with the senior fair, and they have like the different booths.
Yeah, there's like some pop-up tents and flags. It looks like it's in a parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's actually a church.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's still there. I know it doesn't really look like a church because it doesn't have a steeple,
Right.
but that is a church. That's the St. Joseph Roman Catholic Church.
Oh, maybe they had did they have a school attached to it? Because sometimes churches do that.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe.
Catholic churches,
Maybe.
especially, they have the parish school where they have it's reminiscent of my school, actually.
Yeah, but so if you're new here, this is your first episode, go to talkmurder.com. That's where I'm putting all these photos at talkmurder.com, and you can see them there. Follow along with us. If you're not driving, even if you're watching YouTube, just open their tab and you can see them. All right. So, yeah, this is the church. I wanted to ask Jen, what's the difference between a Roman Catholic church and a Catholic church?
Well, typically, there isn't really a difference. A Roman Catholic, there are Orthodox Catholics as well. Those are like Greek Catholics, the Greek Orthodox Church. And there's a little bit of difference in the style. Roman Catholic, I think Orthodox also answers to the Pope, but I'm not quite sure, actually, because it's been a long time since I've had an ecclesiology course. But Roman Catholics, we answer to the Pope, and it's the church is based in the Vatican is in Rome, and I think it has more to do with, I'm just not gonna finish this sentence because I don't want to put false information out there. So to short answer, I don't remember.
No one's going to really know, honestly, because unless you're a Catholic.
There's the thing is, Roman Catholic is the religion, and
Was there like
Catholic,
a split between
there was a split
like between Rome when their Catholicism?
there was a split in the church a long time ago, and
yeah, but I don't know
Luther type of thing. Right?
Yeah, that. But like Catholics are usually when you say Catholic, you're
Okay.
usually
unless
Roman
it's Greek Orthodox.
Okay, yeah.
But there was a split. There was a split between the Eastern Europeans at one point.
There you go.
And that's where it is. But the more when you think Catholic, you usually think Roman Catholic as opposed to Greek Orthodox.
Right.
All right, so this church is the St. Joseph Roman Catholic Church, although it may be the St. Martin Church now. I tried to find it. I think they may have changed the name. I don't know. Anyway, this is Labor Day 1978. This is a 3-day event, and 8 people end up dying at this church.
Ooh.
So you want to guess what that has to do with ping pong balls?
You didn't say balls before.
Oh, I didn't?
No.
No.
Oh, What else you gonna do?
Bingo hall.
Oh yeah, you're right. All right. Well, you guys are about to be. Well, let me show you the killer right now. Can you describe this killer? His name is Hughes.
I'm confused. You said it doesn't really have anything to do with true. Oh.
There's the killer. It's a Hughes 269C helicopter. Can you?
That
describe
is a Weedle helicopter. That like you can is there room for 2 people in that, or is it just one person?
There was 3 people in this.
Wow.
Oh.
How? Oh,
Exactly.
I guess I mean.
That is a tight fit. They must be 3 very petite people.
Yeah, it is 3 right there. I believe this is the actual model. This is a Hughes 269C.
It looks like a little toy. It's like mostly, plexiglass or whatever.
Are these the types of helicopters that you would like they have the helicopter tours and you like go and see sights and stuff, like how on Patriots
If that is the case, I would not go in one of those. That is teeny.
Yeah, but this is a helicopter you can buy.
These are
like $200,000-$300,000. I mean, people buy these.
This is the type where like
my dad would buy this.
You can't
my dad probably would too, actually.
You can't shave off 10 pounds on your weight. Like, you actually have to be accurate in order for that to fly properly. I feel like I can't be like, ooh, yeah, I weigh 120. I'd have to be accurate in what I say.
I feel like I've been in one of those, like, at some sort of festival when they were doing helicopter rides.
Oh.
It was at the Cranberry Festival in Wareham. And we like got to fly above the cranberry bogs, and they gave us a tour and stuff. It was really cool. That was the only time I've ever been in a helicopter, which is surprising considering my dad was a helicopter pilot.
I've never been in a helicopter.
I've been in a lot, and so I've been in a lot, and this is the reason I'm doing this story for you, Aaron's, because I don't know if you knew this, but my family and Jen's dad is aviation. I mean, my whole family is aviation, and I was aviation for a long time. I was a crew chief. And my brother used to be a crew chief for my dad's helicopter, which was a Chinook, which is the big old school buses. Plus, I've been in plenty of helicopters overseas, which I hated overseas because, I've never personally had a rocket shot at me. But when you're flying in a helicopter overseas, that's what you're thinking about. You're looking at the mountains and you're just like, oh, my God, if a RPG comes, we're all toast, Anyway, so I don't really like heights whatsoever. That's kind of why I got out of aviation and went more of the infantry route, I guess. But anyway, this is Labor Day 1978. This is a full weekend, 3 days. 500 people are in this parking lot, that one that you guys saw earlier. And this is 2:50 p.m. Do you guys want to take a guess about what happened?
A helicopter crash at the festival.
All right.
Into a booth.
Nicole, can you read this? This is from Pam Nelson. This is the pilot.
I departed Allegheny County about 1:30 p.m., arriving at Latrobe 2 p.m. I left with full fuel, 30 gallons, having about 25 gallons left upon arriving in Latrobe. Mr. Allison from the church was at Latrobe. His daughter was there also, wanting to go along. We were able to hover in the green range, manifold pressure, and rotor RPM.
All right. So here's what's going on. Pam Nelson, the pilot, she's 33 years old. She's flying this helicopter with Leo Allison, which is the janitor of the church and the organizer of this event. This is a big Labor Day event. They're doing God stuff, whatever you guys do.
Doing God stuff.
Whatever you guys do. His 15-year-old daughter, Mary Beth, was also in the helicopter, which, keep in mind, and if you saw the photo on talkmore.com, it's a very small helicopter. This isn't a big Black Hawk or anything else. So weight matters a lot.
That's what I was saying. You can't shave off, the 10 pounds difference that you wish you were,
on your driver's license.
Exactly.
But I wouldn't know anything about that.
Well, no.
Because my driver's license is totally accurate.
Totally.
So,
mine is also.
So, I mean, if you're kind of fatter or thinner, that really doesn't matter. But the more people you pack in there and the more equipment and stuff like that, it starts to matter.
But you have to calculate that weight when you're
you do,
going in there.
All right, so there was 3 people in this helicopter. Let me see. It's not letting me scroll down. 1 second. There was 3 people in the helicopter. There were 3 people in the helicopter. The pilot comes 1,800 feet from the west. She's 400 feet above the crowd. She says that Leo, the organizer, wants her to get a little lower, but she refuses. The airspeed is about 35 miles per hour. Now,
Still not fast.
yeah, so this isn't your typical true crime story, but a lot of people die. And this is talk murder. Well, it's not really murder. Anyway, what they were doing at this church is ping pong ball drops. Now, if you ever have a chance to go do this, just take my advice and don't go do this, because this is the dumbest thing I think I've ever seen.
Wait, are they dropping ping pong balls
Yeah.
from the helicopter?
So what
to try to get it in like a certain thing.
No. Every ping pong ball that is dropped is worth $1. So the crowd gathers under and they try to pick up the balls. And every ball they can get is worth $1. Now here's a video from a 2014 one. This one didn't
crash and
this
burn?
one didn't crash or whatever, but this is the same principle. You see how they're dropping it?
No, I don't see
Hold
anything
on a
falling.
second. There you go.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you see? And you see the crowd below?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's, you see all those people just packed up right there?
Oh, so whoever gets the most gets
Yeah.
the most money?
And there's like kids running.
I feel like that would hurt from that.
If you get pegged in the head
Yeah,
with
right?
a pong ball.
Oh, yeah. So for you guys on YouTube, we just watched a video of just another, not this incident, but, a random, oh, shit, sorry. Damn it. Let me go back. Don't look. Sorry. All right. So in the ping pong, all right. Each ping pong ball is worth $1. Into the crowd is also, Mary Beth, the 15-year-old, is the one throwing the ping pongs out of the helicopter. All right. So if you want to read this is from one of the many newspapers I found in Pennsylvania about this.
I did not comply, as it were about 400 feet up, and that was as close as I wanted to come. Airspeed was about 35 miles per hour. As I began to accelerate to circle around, I added a little throttle. We began to descend. I had to add a little right pedal. I then raised the collective, but got no response and lost a little more altitude. RPM was dropping to a range of about 2,700. I think manifold pressure was below 20 inches. I immediately lowered the collective and added more throttle. The engine seemed to quit altogether. We swerved to the left and started dropping rapidly. I pushed the pedal down more and was able to turn right to avoid hitting the school building.
All right. So do you guys know what the collective is? What she said, the collective there?
Nope.
You guys want to take a guess? Do you know, Jen?
No.
All right. Since I used to be in aviation, I can tell you kind of what this is. So the cyclic stick is like a joystick. So if you're looking at the photo right there, that's the thing that's going to make it go forward. If you push down on it, it tilts down and goes forward. You can go backwards and go side to side. The collective, if I can remember correctly, is like the throttle. That's what's, that's what raises the thing up and pushes it down. So if you want to go down, you press down on the collective. If you want to go up, you pull up on it, right? It's kind of like an emergency brake in your car. It's what it looks like. It doesn't have the same function, but you guys understand.
Yep.
That's what she's talking about there. All right. So you saw the video of the ping pong ball drop. You saw about how high the helicopter was above the crowd.
And it's a crowd below.
Yeah,
it's not like
it was just like that. There was 500 people in this crowd. 500. I mean, this is a kids' function, too. There are kids here. Anyway, this is what happens. If you want to read this headline for us.
Copter falls into crowd, 7 killed.
So that is the actual helicopter right there.
Oof.
And you can kind of see, I mean, it's black and white. You can't really see any.
It looked. Yeah.
Violence. 19 people were injured. No one inside the helicopter were killed.
Wow.
But this is unfortunate. Remember Leo, the janitor, the organizer, and his daughter?
Yes.
Well, his wife was in the crowd and she got killed.
Oof.
And Mary Beth's mother, real mother, was also in the crowd and she got killed. So, I mean, not only did you organize this whole event, and not only did it kill 7 people, but your wife is also one of those people. Oh my God. I mean, I can't imagine what this guy is probably still living through. And this was 78. He's probably still alive, I'd imagine. Unless he was
on
like
how old
really
he was.
old, yeah.
Yeah.
So the guilt
very well
should
could
be
be on.
overbearing, I mean, even though it's not his fault.
No,
obviously.
I didn't anticipate. Now, was this pilot an experienced pilot?
We're going to get to that here in a second.
Ah, okay.
Here's another photo of the crash.
Oh.
Now you can kind of see some blood everywhere. You see kind of up at the top there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if sorry, let's see.
I'm surprised that the helicopter is still quite intact, like the capsule, where
Yeah,
people would be sitting.
It basically...
But I guess it wasn't it didn't totally drop. You know what I mean? If it dropped at from a higher...
The engine didn't cease in the
Right.
air or anything.
If it took a faster fall, it may have had more damage
Yeah,
to
exactly.
that. Yeah.
All right, so you see the tent. Do you remember those tents from the first photo that I showed you? So those are the tents. It basically careened into all of them tents.
Jeez.
And you can't really see too much of the violence and blood, but we're about to go into how violent this is, because this is a very violent death, a helicopter. You want to guess how fast? Now, the helicopter didn't kill the people. It was the blades. You guys understand that?
That's what I was just going to say.
So how fast do you think those blades were going when they went through these people? Because these people weren't crushed. They were sawed in half,
decapitated. Yeah.
Well, the airspeed was 35 miles per hour, right? So, I mean,
I think they said the RPMs in the thing.
Well, I
right?
mean,
2,700.
You can't really
I mean,
calculate
it's fast.
I can't calculate
it's
it either.
Fast.
I was seeing if you guys could
It's
guess.
gonna be real fast.
The blades were going 400 miles an hour.
It's like a samurai sword.
A samurai sword, and they're metal.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And for you guys that are interested, my dad flies Chinooks, and next time you see a Chinook, it looks like a big school bus.
Is that the one with the 2 blades?
Yeah. So there's 2 rotors. And
That's
the
very
blades
dangerous, isn't
go
it?
in between each other.
That's why. Why design something like that?
But it's not. They work simultaneously, so there's no way they're going to hit each other.
unless something flies into a blade, like a bird gets caught into one.
what happens?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like I remember talking with somebody who is an Air Force jet pilot, and they're like, I mean, really, why does the Navy need to fly off carriers nowadays? They don't really need to.
Yeah, we
can
do.
just fly,
Why do we not need to?
fly off, there's plenty of land.
Yeah, but if you're in the coast of Japan and Japan wants to kill us, they're not going to let you land at their airfield.
True, but I'm just saying for most situations.
Yeah, you're
that
right.
that was an Air Force pilot's perspective against a Navy
Oh, really?
pilot's perspective. So
Yeah.
they don't have to learn how to fly off and on carriers.
I remember, though, when I was... I know how important it is to be close to the proximity of the enemy, because when I was overseas, we counted the seconds that it would take for an Apache to provide support for us. And those seconds felt like hours.
I bet.
It was 7 minutes and 53 seconds, I believe, it takes for an Apache to get to where we were. And those seconds literally feel like lifetimes.
I
You know
bet.
what I'm saying? Anyway, so I do understand how the proximity to the enemy is really important. But yeah, I mean, I'm not a pilot, so.
Well, I think more, maybe the comment is more in peacetime.
Yeah, in peacetime. Well,
Does it really matter?
it's the same thing with the airborne infantry. Why do we still jump out of airplanes? Are we
don't know.
Are we gonna do that ever again? No, there's no use for it. We're not gonna throw a bunch of soldiers out into Russia like that. That was more of a D-Day, whatever.
Yeah.
Second World War type of thing. But we still are airborne. I don't
We
know.
prep for
Well, now
it.
there's also drones
Yeah.
that we didn't have back then, too.
That's true.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Very true. It certainly remember having a conversation about the use of drones and like warfare ethics.
Yeah.
And it like what was how did my professor describe it? Like that the rules of warfare get blurred when you use drones because you can use a drone to kill lives, but you know that no life would be lost with like the pilot. They're the pilot sitting in a friggin' bunker in Kansas.
Almost like an unfair fight.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I
And
guess
the drone pilots are video game experts.
I mean, you want to talk about unfair fight? How about dropping a nuke on like 200,000 Japanese people?
I mean,
I still don't know what to think about that. I don't know.
It's a mixed. It's a damned if you did, damned if you didn't.
I mean,
I don't know.
I can imagine being one. Truman had to push that button, or not the button, but make that decision. Anyway,
And he did too.
yeah, he did
That's
too.
the
back to back.
That's I think the big question is like, could he have just done one?
Well, they were saying that the Japanese weren't going to quit, and if you look back at their culture, they're not quitters.
That's true.
The
kamikaze pilots,
exactly.
all that stuff.
So, but I mean, it's Japan, right? Well, what are they going to take over America? Like,
But at
for
the-
real?
That's what they thought.
At the same
Dude,
time, I mean,
what?
now they're one of our allies, and so we have a different perspective.
I
But back
know.
then,
Yeah.
it was a different time.
Which I don't even know why they joined the war effort anyway, unless they were just convinced by Hitler. I still haven't figured that out, because that's just the weirdest thing ever. Anyway, let's move on. For you guys on YouTube, I'm sorry, I got
They also
digressed.
remember we watched that documentary. It was something about they also believed that they were like the chosen people.
yeah.
It had a similar mindset, and their main goal
Which
was
is total
to
bullshit,
attack
because
America.
Americans are obviously the chosen people.
America. Oh my gosh, did you watch the latest Borat movie that's
have
on
not.
Amazon?
Oh my god, you
I
did.
haven't even
was
seen the
so-
first Borat.
Dude, you need to watch it. So
It
funny.
was really I mean, if you have to watch the first Borat, I think to
I can't
get
tell if it was like for Trump, not for Trump, but like were they just trying to? I
It
couldn't
was
tell.
It was definitely it was
Anti-Trump?
anti-Trump in the
Okay.
fact that it was for Trump in
But I
some
thought
parts.
it was.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't
It
know.
was
It's
funny.
funny though.
Isn't there like an unexpected Giuliani cameo that like he didn't
Yes.
know was happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It was. I mean, I had
Oh
such.
my god.
I had such secondhand embarrassment watching it. It's like, oh man, it just makes me cringe so bad.
Show me your putka.
You'll get it when you watch it. But you have to watch the first Borat first. I feel
can I
like.
just ask? So, like, is the concept of Borat the first one? Is it like a documentary
Yeah. So have you
Yeah.
ever
Traveling
So was this
to-
one. Yeah, he
to,
travels
like,
to America.
from Kazakhstan?
Yeah. Have you ever seen Ali G?
Kazakhstan.
No.
So Ali G was like, so what's that
You know
guy's
what
Sacha
was great?
Cohen.
Sacha Baron
yeah,
Cohen.
yeah.
Yeah, so he started Ali G, which was before Borat. He was a rapper, but
Yeah.
like a Middle Eastern rapper.
Yeah.
And that kind of branched into Borat. So it's kind of like the another country like Kazakhstan's perspective on America.
Kazakhstan.
It's very unique.
And he was the dictator was really funny.
Yeah.
That was really
The one
funny.
with
It was also Sacha Baron Cohen.
Oh,
didn't
I
see
never
that
seen
one.
that. I thought you
That
were
was
talking
really good.
Yeah.
We should watch that one.
Anyway, 19 people injured. No one in the helicopter was killed. The father. Oh, I already went over that. All right, moving on. If you want to read this is some of the eyewitness testimony, and you can kind of see the violence here.
Eyewitnesses described a scene of blood and severed bodies after the craft and its whirling blade fell to the ground. There were bodies everywhere. One of them was just half a man, said Chuck Keast, 28, a visitor from Kenneat, Ohio. There was blood all over the parking lot, said Bill Costanzo, managing editor of the Latrobe Bulletin.
That was from the Morning Call paper in Pennsylvania from the same day. It was September 5th that you read there. Now, I do want to say, because I know you guys are going to ask, what was the youngest?
I mean, I wasn't gonna ask.
Oh,
but-
okay. Yeah, and I didn't really want to look that up, but I did. The youngest was 14, and then it was like a 15-year-old. But then besides that, those were the only 2 teenagers I saw, and then it was like 34, 54, you know.
I mean, regardless of age, that's just a terrible way to die.
Yeah, but I mean, Jesus, I was so happy when I saw there was no
Like
2-year-old.
infants,
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But,
Agreed.
oh yeah, it's terrible because the helicopter didn't just crash.
Yeah.
So what happens with these, as we'll show you in a second, is
What are you going to show us?
Well, you'll see. The
I don't know if
blade,
I want to see it.
the blades tip over, and they're still going 400 miles an
and
hour.
they're still rotating.
So it's like putting your finger in the garbage disposal type of thing.
Or like this ceiling fan.
Yeah, I mean that ceiling fan would fuck you up. I don't think it'd kill
It
you.
won't. It
No.
wouldn't cut your hand off.
No, it has, doesn't it like have a stop mechanism?
Yeah.
Yeah, your freaking hand or your head is.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
stop
but
mechanism.
if you if you were to put your hand up there, it'll stop and
Well,
won't
yeah,
keep
because
rotating.
it hit you. You can't go past your hand.
Like
The
my-
motor is not strong enough to keep going beyond your hand. We used to do this when we were
what are you?
kids.
You
It's
used
probably
to
not.
put your hand in
No,
the freaking blades.
Yeah, like when so when you want to turn the fan off, you turn it off, and then if you want it to stop, you just put
yeah.
your hand up and stop
Oh
the
my
blade.
god, dude.
It's probably, I don't know. Maybe that's like not a children's game most kids play.
No, I know what you're talking about, but like still to this day, like I forget where my ceiling fan is in relation to the rest of my room.
Yours
and I'll
is really low.
It is.
In your room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And I was worried that because you're tall.
Yeah, and there have been times where I'm like getting dressed and I'm like putting my shirt on over my head and I just like hit my arm in the ceiling fan and I'm like, oh my god.
Okay, you need to ask for a ceiling fan for Christmas.
I have
No, I mean it's just the roof of her or the ceiling's too low. Like
Yeah, but is the is the
hers
ceiling
is
fan
a flat ceiling fan.
flush?
It's like this one almost.
it's no, I think it might be. It's not like this. I think it goes down a little bit.
I don't know. I saw it and I was like, wow, this is really low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do need to get light fixtures, but that's not on the top of my priority list. My priority
no, but
list,
perhaps that one ceiling fan should be.
maybe. I have to pick them out.
Yeah.
I've picked out a few nice ones, but they're expensive because everything is expensive once you're an adult.
It is. It is.
I just need to.
Not when you got a sugar mama like me.
Mm.
I was kidding.
Yeah. If anyone wants to apply for a position, and would like to employ me,
Maybe we should put like Jen's Amazon wish list on Talk Murder, and maybe fans will buy Jen stuff. For
No,
her
I
house.
don't want them to have to do that. That's, I mean,
But I'm sure people would. Like, wouldn't that be great if someone surprised you with a light fixture?
that would be nice. But you know, maybe they can group. I'm not gonna ask them to do anything for me, but if they want to send me like a Lowe's gift card or Amazon gift card, that would be
There you
fine.
go.
But I don't want them to have to. I'm not gonna ask them to buy things for me. That's
Jen,
not
do
who
you
I am.
have is there any do you want to give people like your Snapchat or something for fans that want to get in contact with you specifically or not? Because we don't have social media anymore.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
the fans contact me on the blog, but you know, that's about it.
I might. I don't really use Snapchat anymore. Really, I talk to like Grace and Tara and maybe Juliet, and that's it. I just don't use it. They can find me on Instagram if they want to contact me, or they can send me an email.
Because a lot of people ask about you. I
Really?
got someone asked the other day about
I always
want
forget
your
to log.
lamp,
Oh yeah,
something.
that's right. I have to log into the blog. I haven't had a chance to do that recently.
Anyway, go ahead and read this.
There were people lying all over the something.
Oh, I was about to
Some
spread my legs for this camera. I was like this. Let's give these
He's
people
doing
what
tricks
they
for you guys.
give these people what they want to see.
There were people lying all over. Some of their heads cut off and arms off, said Helen Irwin, who saw the crash from outside the family tavern a half block away.
I forgot to like take into consideration not the people that were like killed, but also like
Just people walking down the street, seeing it.
well, not just
Think
that,
about all
but
the
like
kids,
yeah,
man.
the kids must be traumatized, but like not necessarily the people that were cut in half, but like losing their limbs. Like, what if did people survive that were like sliced
Yeah.
off, like lose any limbs?
Well,
That's
like,
a good point.
Yeah, there was. But here's the thing that really shocks you and what I want to try to get through to you guys. There were 500 people there. If you get your arm or your head severed or your torso severed in half,
You're dead.
your blood is going everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So those 500 people, I'd imagine about 350 of them have blood all over them. I mean, it's a massacre. Okay. I mean, I'm not laughing,
It's
but
a scene from
it's
Kill
like,
Bill.
dude, it's like
Literally. Could you imagine like how lucky you were if you're like, Mom, I have to go to the bathroom. Can we please go to the bathroom
Oh,
now? And she was
yeah.
like, not now, Jimmy. And it's like, no, like I really need to go. And it's like, oh, thank God, Jimmy, that you needed to go to the bathroom.
Saved our life, Jimmy.
Yeah.
You
good
and
job.
your
Just-
overactive bladder.
dude, this ping pong idea is
I would imagine
fucking
that
awful,
a lot of
man.
not many people would do that after this incident, right?
Oh, hell no. All these people got PTSD.
No. I mean, like, I'm assuming
Like,
that the
in
ball
this-
dropping thing is not a common practice anymore.
Yes, it is. We just watched a video from 2014.
I've never heard of it before this.
I just imagine like if any of this
a terrible
happened
idea.
in this area, like I feel as if someone from far away moved in and was like, "Oh, I have a great idea for a fundraiser. What about a ping pong ball drop?" And they're like, "No,
Yeah.
no, absolutely,
We don't do
not.
that
We
here.
don't-
Oh,
yeah, that is not.
They
a,
probably don't do that in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
There's no way.
There's like a city ordinance.
yes,
and
there's
there's
Yeah.
no more ping pong
Yeah.
ball drops.
Jesus. Anyway, go ahead and read this.
I already did.
Oh, it ends by saying one man, his body was cut in half.
Ugh.
If you want to
Ugh.
read this,
Pauline Grigdon.
Grigdon,
Grigdon.
Gurgdon,
Gurgdon.
Grodden.
Ah. It's certainly missing
Pauline.
at least a
Or-
vowel.
Well,
Pauline
They didn't
Gurgdon.
have they were using typewriters and stuff back then.
Oh, so it's a typo?
yeah, but they didn't have
78.
computers. This is 78. So they once you type
My dad
something
was in
out,
Vietnam.
I'm just
you either
saying.
if you make a mistake, you're typing the whole thing over, or you're just skipping it, type of thing.
They had little whiteout pastes. Pauline Grigdon, a native of Derry and now a resident of New Alexandria, said, "I saw a flash of light and I thought the helicopter hit one of the wires. My kids were out there and I panicked. I saw all these bodies, all the blood on the ground."
Ugh, I can't even imagine.
So when I was flying helicopters, riding in helicopter, I was a crew chief, so I would do that. One of the things you got to watch out for are wires, especially with a small helicopter like that. I remember this one time, and I wasn't there, but two of our pilots, they were doing one of these shows for school, and he had hit the wire of the power line, and it caused a fire because, the power line falls,
Right.
and it just lights the whole grass on fire. Everyone's like running because it was like real quick, and the whole place is on fire.
Oh, God. That is terrifying.
Yeah.
I get why you don't fly. I
Yeah.
get it. You've seen some things with that. It was a mess. It was a terrible sight to see. Costanzo said the helicopter went through one of 24 concession stands set up for the festival. One eyewitness said there were bodies flying all over the place, Costanzo said. A couple of bodies I saw had to be kids.
Can you imagine, like, you're there and you didn't get killed? Well, the great thing about this, I just want to say, the great thing about dying by a helicopter is you don't know it. It's
fast as
there,
fuck.
dude. You're dead. You're here 1 millisecond, and then you don't feel it.
I mean, unless your arms cut off and you're just spurting blood
Yeah,
and you
which
die a slow and
we'll
painful death.
see
It's a flesh
here in a
wound.
second. We'll see that here in a second. But I'm saying, like, it's real quick. I remember when I was working on these things, we have a tail rotor on the ones that I worked in.
Yep.
And you can't see it because these blades are spinning so fast,
Yep.
you can't see it. And a lot of guys, I've never
Forgot.
and they'll walk into it. Just walk into it.
Yikes.
That always scared the hell out of me, man. Scared the hell out of me. They'll get confused about which side of the helicopter they're on, and then they'll just like walk, turn around, and the blade will just slice them in half. I mean, dude, I hated it, man. I hated it.
How many people did you see that happen to?
No, I know. I've never seen that happen, but
Oh.
it happens.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It does happen.
Yeah.
You don't see that. The tail rotor is what
Yeah.
gets you.
Yeah.
The tail rotor stabilizes it, because think about it. The main rotor, the helicopter would just be spinning. The whole thing would just be going with the rotor,
Yeah.
right? That's physics. That's why you have a tail rotor to kind of stabilize it to stay still. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But you can't see that damn tail rotor. half the time. Anyway. Sorry.
Helicopters are scary machines.
They are.
Hells yeah.
I know my cousin flies one too, but I don't know what kind. He's also in the Navy.
I always forget what kind my dad flew.
He flew Hueys.
Yes, that's right. He did.
If
fly
he was
Hueys.
in Nam, he flew Hueys.
Yeah.
Hueys. Which the ones that I worked on were the new Hueys. They were called Kiowas, OH-58s.
Ah.
And then I also worked on Apaches, which were the ones you see on like the video games.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
shooting the missiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he flew A-stars at one point too.
Maybe, I don't know.
Like before he went overseas.
All right, go ahead and read this one.
There were a couple of heads and an arm or a leg. I don't know which.
All right, so
Arf.
let's see how dangerous these things are.
Oh boy.
This is it's a fun little video.
I don't know.
Go to talkmore.com to see this. This is why gotta be careful.
From alldumb.com.
I don't know if I wanna
feel
watch
like that
this.
shouldn't be on this website if someone's dying.
Yeah, I don't know if I
How
want
do
to
you
watch
know
this.
someone's dying?
I'm just assuming.
No one's gonna die. Check it out.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Oh,
No!
God.
No! No!
Oh,
No!
God.
No! 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 No!
Oh my god!
Wait, what hit him?
The blade's on top. He
Oh,
lifted
he
his
lift-
arms and
Oh.
his hands got cut off. Let's watch that again.
No! Let's not. Let's not.
That looks like Mark Cuban.
It did look like
Oh,
Mark
yeah.
Cuban. This is why you gotta be fucking careful. And a lot of people don't understand this. They'll just get out and be like, "Yeah, look at me," and they'll lift their
Oh,
arms
no.
up.
Oh my god, and now I'm thinking of your ceiling fan again.
Yes.
Let's watch that one
Yeah,
more time.
No, I'm not watching.
You
it
need
again. I'm not
to
listening
put
to
something
it
on
again.
on your
don't-
wish
Okay,
list.
okay,
A
okay,
new
okay.
one new ceiling fan.
Okay, I won't play that again.
I feel like as soon as I put my headphones on, you're going to play it again. So
I will
I'm
not
just.
play it again. Oh, I'm playing it again.
No.
Oh god. Oh god. Jen, you better look at it.
Nope,
Jen,
nope.
look at it.
I'm
I'm
no-
serious.
I'm
It
not
looks
Jen.
like
looking at
Mark
it.
Cuban.
I'm
not-
serious.
I'm not
Jen.
going to.
Oh god. Oh.
Once was enough.
Oh.
Okay, I'm never going in a helicopter. I'm just gonna say it.
I feel like I'm too tall for helicopters now. Like I don't want.
Yeah, after this, like I just feel like
I still get
ducking
as
the whole
bad.
time.
This is a PSA. Don't ride in helicopters. You guys want to take another shot?
I don't have.
Ah, shit. All right.
I mean, I have the surprise shot for next week.
We have gin.
Can we take a shot or something?
If you really want.
I mean, I'm good.
All right. Well, screw it. Now, there's another guy. I don't know what he's played in, but his name is Vic Morrow. Morrow?
We can split some. Would you like some seltzer? Some hard seltzer?
Seltzer? Are you high?
It's
Well, it's not a
low
shot.
carb and
Low carb?
Is it White Claw? Truly?
I have White Claw
Well, I'm
and I
out
also
of
have
drink.
Truly lemonade.
Oh, I'll take a lemonade.
I'm out of mead, as Edward Gein would say.
What would you like?
I don't care. Just give me a shot of something.
You want a shot? What about a Truly? Like a strawberry
Baby,
lemonade?
give me a shot of something, please. Maybe I'll cut this little segment out of the video. I'm not sure.
I think our reaction is valuable.
Hey, for you guys on video, just give me a second. Nicole is peeing, and she's getting a shot. I'm not. I don't. Honestly, I'm gonna be too lazy to edit this. Not lazy. I shouldn't say that. I don't know how to edit it. So just give it a second. Fast forward it. Do you have to pee? You can pee if you want.
I don't really have to. I think I'm still dehydrated from last night. I think, yeah. I had a six-pack of beer.
Have you take that? Do you take that kratom stuff?
No, I haven't used it.
Dude, oh my god, that stuff is amazing. You should take it.
I have to get some. Can I borrow some Well, not borrow. Can I use some capsules? Because I have the powder.
Dude, we have this capsule maker that makes 100 capsules. So we'll make it for you.
Okay. I'll bring it next time. Or
No, we'll give you the ones we got.
Oh,
we
okay.
made like 200 capsules of it. It's amazing.
Wow.
Like, I'm a kratom fanatic. I'm not gonna lie, kratom all the way, baby. It's amazing.
Tree speed.
Yeah, tree speed.
What are we talking about?
Tree speed.
Kratom?
Mm-hmm.
What about it?
Nipatatis.
Hey, Traxler, if you are listening or watching, can we please get some of that new Apple seasonal?
Oh, I could put Traxler's interview on my podcast too. So I'm thinking about doing my own podcast.
John Perry Unlimited?
I don't know if it's gonna be John Perry Unlimited,
I liked that.
but I have like all these interviews that I want to put on there. Do you like that for real?
Yeah. I liked the logo, too.
I like the Perry Project or something.
The Perryverse.
Perry Project?
Ooh,
Perryverse? Perryverse?
Yeah, like the universe.
Or Johnverse or something. I kind of like that. I like that.
The Perryverse?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do an interview.
I want you to. Seriously. We recorded an episode the other day. Not murder, but
Yeah.
it was
It's about a book that John read where a guy
oh my
is
god. All right,
visited by
No, don't tell.
Oh, we're on YouTube.
No, it's not. Oh, it's not bad, but I was reading this book and some of the philosophy in it changed my life. And I was like, oh, wow. And
Do I
then-
need to read the book?
Yes.
Wow.
But just don't read the introduction where he says, "Whoa, what was that?"
I know. I was only getting
Don't
one
touch
ear.
the thing.
Just don't read the introduction where he says, "Are you still getting one ear?"
No.
No, I'm good now.
Just don't read the introduction where he says, "The following is interviews between me and Deltavash, an alien from the Pleiades star system." I was like, hell yeah. It's good though, man. Like, his insights are amazing.
The aliens?
Dude, I'm telling you,
The aliens as transcribed by him. I don't know.
it's good. I mean, and he also said he contacted these guys when he was like on some unnamed substance that he refuses his name. So he was obviously high.
LSD.
So here's
For
my
sure.
thing.
He was on
Or like
acid.
DMT or something.
Here's my thing. I think I figured out the reason why I haven't been reading, and it's because my eyes get tired when I read. Like I feel strained.
You get some of
Maybe
those
you
glasses.
need reading glasses.
I might, but I don't know because my vision is pretty good. But I'm gonna start listening to audiobooks, I think. So
There
that
you
way
go.
I still get like I can say
Well,
Are
Yeah.
you an audio listener?
Dude, join Audible. I'm
I
telling
have
you.
Audible.
So they do these. It's like they do only on Audible things, and they're actually really good. The one I'm listening to now, it's a really good book. Anyway, yeah, you should definitely do
I
that.
think I'm gonna do that. Like, and then I just bought one of my
And also download Hoopla
Hoopla?
digital and also Libby.
Okay.
Like seriously, because do you have a library card?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, like I get all of my audiobooks from here. So like Libby, it's like going to a library, but they're all audiobooks, right?
Okay.
And you can if they're
And
not
it's free if you have a library
yeah,
card.
Yeah, if they're not checked out, but you can get let's see the popular ones. Let me go to the popular ones.
Because
first.
I like to read
Look, here's the popular audiobooks. So, you know, who is that? Michelle Obama, Where the Crawdads Sing, Harry Potter. Like, you can listen to all these free, and you can check them out for like a couple weeks. And yeah, it's free. You don't have to pay
That's
for
cool. See, I think I'm gonna try that out, and that way I can get the experience of reading without actually reading, because I do like to listen to things.
it. Yeah.
What's your favorite kind of book?
I actually really like biographies or autobiographies.
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
And like Rachel Bloom, she just wrote a book. I don't know if you guys know who Rachel Bloom is, but if you don't, she is the main actress in Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Oh, you love that show.
I do
Yes.
love that show. I love that show. It's so good. Okay, you guys, I know you guys liked the humor in it, but not necessarily the sing-song of it.
Yeah, I'm not a musical gal.
But we still have to watch Hamilton.
This is true. This is very true. We do. I think John would also like Hamilton.
No, I would not like Hamilton.
It's history.
It's a rap.
It's hip hop musical.
It's a rap musical, and I was getting really into it, but then I forget why we
Hamilton's
had to pause it.
the reason we have so much
We went for bike ride.
division in this country anyway. All his Federalist Papers and everything. Talking about, he's the one that created the two-party system, if I'm not mistaken.
That's why we should watch it.
Perfect.
He's the
Yeah.
problem. He's
Let's
the
go watch
literal
it.
problem. He is the
He's
literal
the problem.
I vote we watch it. After
Well,
we're
we
done.
do have to
No,
watch
I'm not watching
Superstore.
it.
Superstore.
All right, so back to the story.
How do you like the lemonade?
It's good.
Delish.
There's this guy named Vic Morrow, and I don't know what he's been in. So,
Did he die by helicopter as well?
yeah, but you can't really see this one. This isn't going to be as gory as
Is
the
this a
last
video? I don't want to watch.
It is a
people
video,
die
but you
by
can't really see it.
helicopter.
But I think it's, I think, I thought about this when I did this story. And there's also, I think, the Twilight Zone movie. I think they got killed by a helicopter, too.
The
I'm not
Twilight
sure.
Zone movie.
Yeah, there was a movie. And, 3 people died making it.
I don't
makes
remember
it even
that. When
more.
did that happen?
It was in the 80s.
They're restarting the Twilight Zone.
That's right.
Also, you know what I
What do
just
you mean,
found out?
Black Mirror? Same thing.
No,
No,
they're
the
doing
Twilight
another
Zone.
Twilight Zone.
And
It's not going to be the same without Rod Sterling.
no, who's doing it though? Who is Jordan Peele hosting it?
I don't.
Are you serious?
Remember.
Peele, the guy from Good Burger? No.
No,
that's Kenan Thompson.
Oh.
He's on SNL. Maybe I might be wrong. No, Jordan Peele. He's the guy that was Kenan Peele, but he also did Get Out and Us, which I just watched. Get Out.
We just watched one of those.
I watched Get Out. It was
You
really
watched
good.
Us.
Where
with the
they're the
masks.
same. Yeah, the
Yeah.
family with the that was
I
that
didn't
was freaky.
I didn't watch that one because I thought that would be
was not very
creepier.
good. We were going to watch Fourth Kind the other day.
Last
night. And then I was like...
I was like, this is it. This is
That
the
movie-
culmination of your Halloween viewing.
So every year... let's agree to this. Every year we can watch those old movies that
I'm
are
good
scary,
with the 80s
and then
ones.
one movie that is the scariest I can pick, including It and all that stuff. Every
Okay.
year.
Can I make a no clown rule though? I really hate clowns.
Yeah.
I just hate them.
Um,
I'd probably do better watching a fourth. I don't know. Whatever.
Fourth
you know
Kind.
what?
That movie Fourth Kind is scary as titties.
I would like to watch. I would like to do that because I this year actually wanted to watch scary movies, but living alone, I was like, no.
The 80s ones were fine. We watched a couple really good ones.
Exactly. That's why you gotta.
They were
Horror
good.
movies are amazing.
I wouldn't say amazing.
You know
I
what
really
else-
want to watch Rebecca. Ugh! So bad. Did you watch it?
I did.
It was just okay?
It was just okay.
Ugh! All
All right.
was weird.
Let's
But
move on.
No, my point was
We're about to
that
get
they're
a bunch
also
of
going to do
dislikes.
whatever.
I don't care.
From YouTube.
whatever.
Is it dislikes? I don't know.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
Whatever,
We're
it's
gonna-
fine.
all right,
you know
fine.
what?
Yeah.
But they're also doing Saved by the Bell remake, and
John's like, you have my attention now.
they're doing
Yeah,
Saved
give
by
me
the
some Kelly Kapowski.
They're doing Saved by the Bell, and some of the original cast is coming back, but they're adults now, and they're
Oh yeah, they're 50 or 45.
but the point is that's starting up soon.
Oh.
What's her name was a stripper or a porno star.
Who?
Jessica?
Jessie.
Yeah.
And then
I never watched that show, honestly.
All right, for all you listeners out there that are still watching this, for your male listeners out there, here's a question: Kelly Kapowski or Topanga? If you had to choose one.
I never watched Saved by the Bell, so I don't even know who Kelly Kapowski is.
You don't?
What the Zach's
Zach and Kelly?
girlfriend?
I'd choose
Don't know.
Topanga.
I would too. I've always had a huge crush on Topanga. I didn't think Corey was good to her.
I don't think she should have given up her scholarship to Yale to go to school with Corey. But
You know,
that's
Yale! Remember that episode? Erica calling it Yale. It's the best.
All right.
I did love
Anyway,
Topanga.
this is Vic Morrow. This is the his killing. It's not really violent. You won't be able to see it. I just wanted to show you.
This is on video?
Yeah, this is the they're shooting a movie which I cannot remember what it's called, but this is how the movie ended apparently.
Did they still put out the movie?
No, I don't think so.
It was a horror film, I'm assuming.
And you can't really see anything, but see the helicopter coming down? Psh,
Uh-oh.
and there he's dead.
The copter crashed on him?
Yeah, so they're going to do it in slow motion. You can kind of see. You actually see his head flying at the camera.
No, I'm good.
I mean, you can't.
You can't see anything.
So.
Yeah, now I have no desire to be in a helicopter, so thanks for that.
Yeah, so helicopters are really dangerous. And in that clip that you just watched, I mean, look at it. You had explosions going off. It's pitch black. A helicopter pilot. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not as easy as it seems to keep that thing level.
Right.
Oh, I bet.
You know,
Well,
and
even
if you
when-
get confused up and down, you're done.
Well, even like there's a lot of differences between helicopters and airplanes. Like when you take flight, this is something I'll remember my dad says amongst all of his other Army stories. But like when you're flying a helicopter, when you're flying an airplane, like you go up and you accelerate upward.
Right.
But the helicopter goes up and then the nose points down.
Yeah.
And then it goes up.
That's how you get your movement.
Yeah.
If you point down. Because
then
if you think about it,
the rear rotor
Right.
and then
Yeah.
the blade, so you point down. I don't know. It's just very interesting.
No, it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't have to read this, but this is the 8th victim. So it killed someone a month later, died in the hospital. So, all right, we got to move on with
13.
this. So what actually happened? Now, this is the owner of the helicopter here. Was actually the owner of the helicopter company was actually the pilot, if you want to read this.
The owner of a helicopter that crashed Labor Day into a crowded church parking lot in Derry, killing 8 persons and injuring another 18, canceled an engine replacement purchase order just days before the tragedy.
Ooh.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, so here's what I know about when I was a crew chief. You keep a maintenance log, very detailed maintenance log about everything you do. It's not like me changing your oil and being like, "Oh, when did I change it last time?" You know exactly when you change
Speaking of
it.
which, Jen may need a brake change.
Yeah, I can change your brakes.
Okay.
When
Whenever.
can you?
I don't know.
What do you mean whenever?
Are
How
they
about-
are they squeaking?
Yeah, I think the caliper is sticking on one of them.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I trust that Jen knows way more than I do.
If you buy the stuff, go to rockauto.com.
You may need to help her with what she needs to buy.
If
Well,
you buy it, I can change it this Sunday
Okay.
in a week from now.
Okay.
But only if you buy it.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, so when I was a crew chief, you don't just change the oil and be like, "Oh, when did I change it last?" Everything is documented very
Will the
precisely.
calipers that we bought work for Jen's car?
No. Oh
Oh.
my God. Let me do this story.
Okay.
So, Nelson Aviation was the company. They actually canceled the engine purchase that they needed to buy. It needed to be overhauled at 1,000 hours flight time. So, I remember when I was a crew chief, when you hit a certain number, all flying stops. You take the helicopter and you completely break it down depending on what maintenance schedule is required, and you do everything step by step from the maintenance book. So if you have an engine overhaul, 1,000 hours, because it's not like a car. If you break down a car, you just pull over the side of the road. If you break down a helicopter, you're going down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's different. So anyway, if you have an engine overhaul, you have to take the engine out. You have to look at the transmission. You change the oil. You change everything and make sure everything is top notch. Well, they did not do that. And that's a big thing that you need to do because it gets you in a lot of trouble. So they did perform a 50-hour listed at 1,447.9 hours, but they didn't do the complete engine overhaul, which is, like I said, taking it out, looking at every thread, every little nut and bolt. Every nut and bolt has to be inspected to make sure there's no wear and tear on it. And if there is, you got to replace it. They didn't do that.
Good protocol, though.
They did some minor repairs. Well, maybe that's just more about the military because the military is very
I mean,
strict.
as it should.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely, with cars, am not necessarily the best about keeping up with my maintenance.
I'm not at all.
Like, I've had a check engine light on for 2 years.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's fine.
Yeah, you'd be
It's
good
just
for
a
another
filter.
year.
It's just a filter.
I can change your oil too. If you change your brakes, you just gotta buy all the stuff.
Okay, I will talk later.
No, we won't talk. I just talk to you.
No,
you, gotta
you
buy the
need to
stuff.
show her what to buy.
I don't want to prolong this for our listeners.
All right, they did find, quote, excessive wear on the throttle linkage and the throttle bolt, which I'm not going to try to explain to you. Women.
Mortals.
Women. Quote, if there was enough wear, it could cause erratic operation of the engine. So the pilot's claiming that the engine went out, and that's why she went down. Now,
But she can't blame it. Like, why would she blame the engine going out if she was negligent about the engine?
no, well, that,
Right, because she's saying
No,
she
no,
didn't
no.
replace it. She
No,
chose not to replace
this
it.
was after the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration, did, because every time this stuff happens, especially 8 people die,
Right.
they're going to do a thorough investigation.
Right.
So this is when it came out that she should have replaced the engine. But at first, she's like, the engine went out completely.
Okay.
So she's up in the air, the engine goes out, and she's going down.
Right. But like I said, why would she say that knowing that she canceled an engine purchase order and was negligent? Was she thinking that she just wouldn't get caught if she was like, oh, the engine went out? Like, that's
Yeah,
definitely not
probably.
my fault.
Not my
but,
fault,
Like,
yeah.
but like it was.
She
your fault.
knew that the engine needed some
Right.
replacement.
So that's negligence.
Good point.
Yeah, no, and that's what she got ultimately charged for.
Oh.
But
Nailed it, Jen.
they
I'm
found
getting better.
so it's a huge, it's a Hughes, like I think it was like Howard Hughes,
Yeah, Hughes.
269C. There was an information letter that came out in 1975 that said, this was a couple years before, quote, a pilot may experience a drop-off in RPM due to looseness or excessive wear in the throttle control system and will make it difficult to maintain constant RPM. So this kind of corroborated her story. But yeah, she didn't change it like she was supposed to.
Right, but also with that notice being sent out a couple years prior, don't you think that she would want to upgrade her equipment?
Yeah, but it's her company, you know that, right?
So
Nelson
she thought
Aviation.
she thought she could get another trip or two out of.
Yeah, because
without
it's
replacing it.
expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, these airplane parts are not cheap.
But wouldn't that be kind of like a recall? Like the car recall?
I would think it's almost like replacing your like you need to replace it after a certain point in time.
Okay, so something that you
and
would
you're
be
going to
responsible
stretch
for.
it. You
Got
can
it.
stretch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you stretch it and then fly over 500 God-fearing people and children. Ugh, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, if it wasn't something where she was flying that low, she may have been okay.
Well, so
I mean, like, she probably would not have been okay. It probably would have been worse because she probably would have died because if the engine ceased
here's the thing about the
higher,
engines.
she would have died.
The engine ceasing. So they did the full investigation, and this is what they found. If you want to read this, this is from the Kane Republic in Pennsylvania.
Engine malfunction ruled out as
Ooh.
engine malfunction ruled out as cause of helicopter crash.
Interesting. Tests on a helicopter that killed 8 persons when it fell into a Labor Day church festival showed no engine malfunctions, according to federal investigators.
Which I don't know how they tested that. I mean, the engine, can it be reliable? It's completely mangled.
I don't know.
Is it though? Because the helicopter looked like it was intact.
That's true.
Yeah,
Like
that's a
the
good point.
pod itself, yeah.
So
that's a good point.
what do you think she got for it? Because obviously,
manslaughter charges.
you know what this was? Let me tell
Negligence.
you. Let me tell you what this was. If the engine didn't go out, she actually so they found out that she didn't really have enough pilot hours.
Ooh.
So there's 3 people in there, which brings us back to the first of the episode.
It's
which
tiny.
It's tiny. I mean, that
Are you
that
even supposed to have
helicopter-
3 people in there?
Exactly. So when you go a little bit lower, and then you find yourself struggling to lift it up because there's 3 people in there. You know what I'm saying? And then it just kind of it doesn't go. You can't get that lift that you did. You know what I'm saying? Then it could have cost her. I don't think she went straight down. Obviously, she tilted it. I think she tilted it. I don't think the engine went out at all. I think she accidentally tilted it, which caused the blades to go
Slice some folks on the way
slice
down.
and dice, and that's what happened. And she was so low anyway. I believe that's what's happening. And here's why I believe that. Because as you saw in the video earlier with the ping pong balls being thrown out in that 2014 video,
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed it, but when she was throwing them out, or whoever was throwing them out, the helicopter, which is so tiny, it's like a squirrel, it tilts that way. If you're putting your weight throwing something out of the helicopter's trying to tilt that way because that's where your motion's going. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that happened as she was throwing out these ping pong balls. Then she tried to correct it. And kind of like when you're in your car and you swerve but then try to correct it and it just makes it worse. I believe that's what happened. She corrected it and it completely tilted and went straight down. And I think that's what they found too, because if the engine didn't malfunction. So she actually, what do you think happened to her?
Jail time.
I feel like it would have been very minimal though.
Yeah, and these
like
things
2
are,
years maybe?
No, it's pretty much always like this because at the end of the day, it's an accident.
Lose her pilot's license?
If she did lose her pilot's license. At the end of the day, it's an accident.
But wouldn't she be charged with manslaughter though? Even because her actions were responsible for taking someone's life, even though there was no intent.
There was no intent. That's the thing.
But
if she did that on purpose, but think about if
that's the difference between murder and manslaughter.
I know, but I get it. But at the end of the day, it is an accident. She didn't mean to do it, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is what I don't know. It's a horrible situation, but anyway, this is what she got.
But here's not criminal.
Yeah, so this is a helicopter pilot not criminally responsible in crash, jury says. So a jury of 7 found her negligence, obviously. So she was guilty of that, but she wasn't spend jail time or anything else. She was just not criminally responsible, but she was.
I have a problem with that, actually.
I know, I do too, but
because it wasn't like she, like she didn't have the right amount of pilots flying hours.
Yeah, I have a big problem with that.
That's a big problem, number one. Number two, you knew that you needed to perform maintenance on that machine before flying in it yourself, and then you put 2 other people in it who, number one, they didn't die. Fortunately, they were not involved in the crash. They were involved in the crash. Obviously, they were in the crash, but they didn't die. But you're taking two people who trust you to have
his wife died.
His wife died, and the girl's mother. But you're trusting this person to have a fully functional helicopter and to be an experienced pilot, and those 2 things together, that's not okay. Even if it'd be one thing if she had the pilot's hours, and this happened, or it'd be one thing if if the machine was fully up to par, and that would be not criminally responsible. But I feel like
both of them
exactly to not have those things, both of them. And I know there's really nothing we can do about it now. This happened 40 so years ago.
Listen, dude, if this was you as a pilot, that guilt would eat you alive.
Oh, absolutely.
So did she serve any jail time?
No,
she didn't. But jail time's not gonna. I think it's a thing.
Fine?
People understand that things are an accident, but I wouldn't vote her to go to prison because I know that her life is over. Every day for the rest of her life until she's on her deathbed, she will think about this every day.
Yeah.
She didn't mean to do it. Her life,
I understand that,
it's just one of those things.
But
man.
it was her actions or lack of actions.
4 years, 6 years in prison. What's it gonna do, man?
I'm just saying that
at the end of the day, is it gonna bring people closure?
It might.
No, it ain't.
I don't know. The fact that there was no, she wasn't being held responsible for that happening, even though it was, she was at fault. So she was at fault. She was the owner of the company. It was her airplane. She was the pilot, and I don't know. Maybe I am looking into this too much.
Well, think about it.
I wouldn't be surprised if there were a couple, like I said, 2 years, some.
Well, let me say this. Earlier, Jen, you said that the other day you were in a daze. You don't you weren't actually there, and let's say that
This isn't Harris Teeter, okay?
No, you said someone slammed on the brakes or something. I wasn't listening to you. You said you almost hit somebody. Let's say you hit somebody, Jen, and a 2-year-old died in that, and what you did.
Yeah.
You would feel
terrible.
No, you would want to kill yourself every day.
Probably, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. That doesn't.
So what if I put you in jail for 2 years? Is that going to do anything?
I actually would be okay with that. The fact that I deserve that.
I know, but you see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't, at the end of the day, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't.
When it was a pure accident.
It's a pure accident. People just need to grieve, suffer.
I see both sides.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't put you in jail, Jen. Well, actually, I would. I'd be like, I know this girl.
Throw away the key.
Don't tell the judge, but I know her. Guilty.
See, but I would be okay with going to jail for that. You know what I mean? Like,
what about 20 years, 30 years?
Yeah. If someone died under something that I did, like, that would be okay with me.
But that's
Jen's
never
the only person in the world that was
to you, Jen. That's never actually happened. If you were actually in that situation, I mean, Jen,
your life is over.
I would love for you to drop the soap in the shower.
You want me to get raped in prison?
Also, it's a ladies' prison. I don't understand how that works.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like, I'm sure there's a way.
All right. So anyway, I misspoke earlier. The youngest was 13. Her name was Tammy Barczewski. I want to read some of the comments that Erin had. So she submitted a link with this story, and I want to read some of the comments. If you want to just go through these and kind of read, here and there about the people that remember this, Nicole. And there's 2 pages, so you can kind of just go through it.
What is this comments from?
It's from people that were there.
From where? From
the accident.
From what the fuck? What
are they commenting
from
on?
What we've been talking about for the last 2 hours.
What are they commenting on, though?
The event that I just told, the plane crash, you remember?
It's like
helicopter.
It's on like a Facebook page?
No, this is an article that they put out in remembrance of it. So these are people that were there saying, I remember this, yada, yada, yada.
I will never forget this, as I worked at the finance company that had the lien. There was actually 2 helicopters owned and bought by the same person, and both crashed in a very short period. I was all but 18, but it stayed with me over the years.
Oh, yeah, I actually forgot to mention that same helicopter actually had an engine malfunction about 2 months before this, and they didn't record it. But anyway, go ahead.
Ooh, yeah, that's one for Jen's cause right there.
Yeah.
That's just semantics.
I was 7 when this happened. I wasn't there that day, but my friends went and asked me to go. I remember being upset that I couldn't go. At that age, it was a helicopter dropping prizes that made us want to be there.
No, read the ones that were there. So, scroll down and stuff in the next page and see the ones that were there.
I was there. I was 9, fixing to turn 10. To this day, that day still haunts me. I'm terrified of helicopters. I remember seeing things no child should ever see.
Who is that from?
Shelley. With a CH. I had the honor of taking care of Irene when I worked at Bethlehem Home. That was the first time I ever heard about this incident. I was there that day. I was 9. I want to talk about it, though nobody else wants to. I have 2 tours in Iraq, but this thing haunts me the most.
Whoa, who's this? I didn't read this one.
Michael Petroniak.
Michael Petroniak. You probably won't hear this, man, but hit me up, because I definitely...
He wrote more. He goes, to all. I was 9 at the time and had to sift through the carnage in a vain effort to find my sister.
Yeah.
I found my younger sister unharmed, but not my older sister. She was injured and taken care of, but I never found her. I was escorted away before that. It's hard to talk about. It's almost impossible to imagine, but still so real. I served over 20 years active service with 2 tours in Iraq. This is the thing that haunts me the most. I returned to Derry to the parking lot. I expected a memorial, but saw nothing. I remember they repaired the chain link fence with some wire, but there's nothing to commemorate that day. I do recall that the church across the tracks did install some chimes to honor Parse Smith. I do remember hearing them in the evenings and recall visiting our house, possibly for a sleepover with my sister. I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm willing to meet and talk with survivors. I don't want to conjure up bad memories. I was only 9 at the time. I'm still trying to understand. I have no anger or pain, just a hole, a dark hole with vivid visions of sorrow. There are so many
Jesus.
unanswered questions.
What was his name? Is it Michael?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Michael, what's his last name? Does it say on there?
Petruniak.
Michael Petruniak. I might look you up, man. Number one, thanks for your service. And, I want to say real quick, the week that it happened, I saw a lot of newspapers that said, this is one that we'll never forget. We'll always have a memorial. And obviously he's saying he's back in the parking lot the same day it happened, 30 years later, 40 years later. And there's no memorial. In fact, the church website, I looked at the history, and you don't see anything about it on the church website. Not that that they're bad people or anything, but you definitely need to. I mean, this is terrible.
This is something for more Team Jen on this one. So the pilot. Did you know that she stood outside the courtroom laughing while talking to her attorney, as well as jesting with others, while my family stood by weeping? There was a few years after the tragedy. I never blamed her per se. However, she and her husband neglected to correct the problem that they had known about for quite some time. You may know her, but however, you don't know the details. I am sure she would never do something like that to hurt others. Really, I'm sure. However, the faulty party... The had been found faulty before, had never fixed properly, brought the situation on. She is left with no void in her heart. Did you ever realize that nice, caring mother you report to be her? She never reached out to us with any compassion, sympathy, or apologies for our loss. Ask her about that when you see her next time.
Would you? I'm not trying to be difficult, but if you were the pilot, would you reach out to the families just asking?
Probably.
Would you, Jen? It'd be hard because...
I would. I think I would.
Yeah,
I mean, what would you say?
I'm so... I'm so sorry.
I probably would write a letter.
Yeah.
I would handwrite a letter to each of them. I don't know. I think it would be difficult to talk to them on the phone.
Yeah.
But I would try to show my support in some way, yeah.
I'll just read this one more. Irene Horrell was my great-grandmother. My father and uncle had been at the festival with her that day, and I remember her telling me about them lifting the tail end of the helicopter to help her free herself and others that were trapped under it. She was very lucky to survive.
Jesus. Well, there's another page. Let me look at it.
Wow, that one kind of stuck with me, the one about her just laughing outside the courtroom. That's kind of like...
Bad taste.
Yeah.
Well, here's one that says, I know the helicopter pilot, and please believe me when I tell you she would have done everything in her power to avoid the crash. She's a mother.
But she didn't.
What do you mean? At the time...
She avoided repairs on the helicopter.
Yeah, but she didn't. Obviously, she would have repaired the helicopter knowing that this would have happened.
But you don't, and that's the thing. That's why you got to take
care
hindsight
of your shit. 2020.
Also, she wasn't. She didn't have enough flight hours. Like, that's negligent.
Well, so her and her husband own the. Yeah, it is, Jen. It is, but I mean, it's also a tragic situation.
It is. I'm not trying to take away from the tragedy at all. It's terrible.
Burn her, Jen says.
Huh?
Burn her.
Burn her. No. No, I think that she needs to have something. Like, she was not held criminally responsible. But at the end of the day, she may not have had the intent to do that. But that's why there is something called manslaughter that is in our law book that she should have been charged. I'm sorry, she should have been charged.
No, I understand that. This is from a victim. She wrote on 2013, when this occurred, Derry, which is Derry, Pennsylvania, was a very nice place, very nice little town, and people knew one another, whatever. This tragedy was unthinkable, and let's see. There are no plaques or memorials placed at the site, and the people of the town are against it. So it is strange, being 11 myself when this occurred. I know what you speak of, however, I was there. I knew. Yeah, let me see. 1 second.
So this person is saying that
this was a Monday. So that Monday, I was sick to my stomach
Labor Day,
and did not want to go. Yet I told myself it was nerves from wanting to catch ping pong balls and get the one. The chopper passed over me when I was standing, and I remember how long it was there, and the noise it made when it snapped up a piece of paper near me. 2 passes later, it went down. I was one of the few people who were not frozen in shock days later. When I went to the funeral home, the first thing I saw was a white casket with bronze handles, and it was closed. All my thoughts came to pass. What do you want to know? Perhaps I can get some closure myself by helping you. The town another one from Anonymous. The town has never fully recovered. After 35 years, the pain, the emptiness, and emotion is alive as ever. This one, Anonymous talks about, I moved to Derry at a very young age. The comment above about my town having PTSD and the whole thing being blocked out is so true. I heard a couple of short mentions during my many years in Derry and knew that something had happened, but somehow I never asked any details. That church started having the same festival again 15 years later.
Hopefully with no helicopter.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I can only weep. I knew it had to been a tragic event, but I never knew there were severed bodies in the parking lot. In the cafeteria. So the cafeteria was the makeshift morgue. I forgot to mention that. And half the people in the small town witnessed up close details.
Wait, so they put the bodies that day in the cafeteria?
Yeah, they had to get them. All right, if there was 7 people decapitated. I mean, so if the 7 that have died did not die from a crash. They died because their body parts were completely removed from their body.
Yeah.
So these guys had to pick up their body parts. Oh, here's the torso. Does it match these legs? And put them somewhere because there's kids everywhere.
I have a problem with that. I
mean, what else are you going to do? The coronavirus is the same way. I mean, not to bring up that, but they use makeshift storage lockers and stuff like that.
You can put you can use a makeshift tent or something that is not in a school cafeteria where children have to eat lunch in weeks following. Like that's, I don't know. I guess I just have a problem with that.
It was just the first thing they. I mean, once you're in a situation like that, Jen, like.
Yeah, I understand
like,
that, I guess.
Okay, we got to do these somewhere. What's this room right here? Put them in here.
Probably asking for a lot there, but,
No one's not like, oh, my God, you can't do that as cafeteria. It's like, just get these bodies out of here. This severed torso, get it out of here.
Yeah.
My 2-year-old kid is seeing this.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, that's true. I understand. I guess I was asking for a lot.
No, you're fine.
I think it's because I when you said that, I literally pictured my school, if this happened in my school church parking lot, having to bring these bodies, I mean,
yeah. So anyway, Aaron, right?
Yep.
Aaron, sorry, I did not forget your name. Just want to make sure that it is your name.
It's almost like. It's interesting because that one post from Michael was like, there's no memorial to it, but then the other post from someone, the town is kind of wants to block it out from ever having happened. That's interesting.
All right, so Aaron, that story was for you, and you actually requested that a week ago. So if you guys want to request stories, we're not doing Talkas Primas anymore as of yet. We had a tad bit of drama going on about 2 months ago, so we paused that program for now. But if you would like to request a story, especially like the one you requested, Aaron, the ones that you knew that I like this, not like this, but that this interests me, please go to talkmurder.com, comment on any blog post there, just say whatever, hey, yada yada yada. I will see it. I approve every comment manually, and so I will see it there. But Anyway, that's the story. You guys got any questions or any comments? Are you
No.
guys gonna be in any helicopters
So
anytime soon?
no. So she walked free. The pilot walked free.
Yeah, she walked free. Yeah,
She lost her pilot's license.
yeah.
Anything else?
And probably most likely her. I mean, obviously she shut down her aviation
yeah.
branch. I
Well,
mean,
good.
she. I mean, think about it. Try to put yourself in her shoes, which I know it sounds bad, but if that was me, man, I don't know. I'd probably kill myself. I don't know if I can handle that.
It's rough.
But anyway, that's my story, and thank you again, Aaron, so much. Thank you, YouTube.
Forgot you were there.
Forgot you were there. Love you guys. For our fans out there, Talkos, I love you guys. And my name is John. I'm here with Jen and Nicole. And until next time, good night, you lovely, 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 lovely people.
Thanks, guys.
Super.